Hello everybody! Welcome back to a new Italian language lesson. So, what we're gonna learn in today's lesson, I'm gonna teach you how to specify something in Italian language, aka to add some meaning to our simple sentences. Because often it is true that maybe at the beginning we want to use simple sentences to make ourselves to be understood to Italian language speakers. However, soon enough we want to be capable to elaborate more complex sentences. Specifications in sentences often answer to the questions of who, of what. The first obvious solution is to use adjectives. The function of adjectives is to specify a quality of a noun, so of something we are talking about. If the basic sentence is built by subjects and verb, using adjectives we can specify properties of the very subjects. The red apple is good. La mela rossa è buona. We are specifying that the apple is red. Rossa, adjective. However, also comes in handy to use nouns and proper names to specify something about objects, ideas, thought we're talking about. In Italian, it is pretty easy to spot those names because when they're used to specify something, they often follow the particle di, which is almost the exact translation of the English of di. Technically, it is called a preposition. But if the nouns that specify something must be preceded by an article, what are we going to do? We simply merge the plus the article. That's why in Italian language we can create what are called derivative prepositions. It is simply the particle di plus the relative articles. So if a noun wants the article il, the fusion between di and il will be del. If the article will be lo, the fusion is dello. If the article is going to be la, the fusion will be della. Okay, now some practical examples. Don't worry. First, we can use this sacred and forbidden technique using di plus a noun to specify the property of something. Like the Saxon genitive in English. Il libro di Jack è sul tavolo. The book of Jack, meaning belonging to Jack, is on the table. Like Jack's book is on the table. Di, the preposition di, it is followed by a proper name. It doesn't want the article, so there's only the pure di particle. However, di introduces the matter of fact that I specify the book belongs to Jack. La motocicletta di John è rossa. The motorcycle of John is red. John's motorcycle is red, more commonly said. In this case, we use both an adjective and a noun to describe properties of this motorcycle. The adjective tells us it is red, but also the proper name tells us the property of that bike. Particle di, pure in its base form, it is also used to introduce the material, to specify what material the subject is built of. Il pupazzo di neve è caduto. The man of snow has fallen. L'uovo di cioccolato è rotto. The egg of chocolate is broken. In both cases, particle di introduces a noun that specifies what material the subject is made of. Some cases scenarios are kind of in the middle, because conceptual-wise it is quite hard to define what we are describing. Classic example is una scatola di cioccolatini, a box of chocolates. In this case scenario, the usage of di plus a noun, it is borderline, because Well, in Italian, we can think about that we are describing of what the box is made of. However, chocolates are technically contained into the box. But for the logical analysis of the sentence, we can use the plus noun. Instead, when we need to use common nouns, when in Italian language they need the article, in that case scenario we want to tap into derivative prepositions. L'acqua del mare è salata. The water of the sea, it is salty. In this case scenario, we must use the particle del, which is the fusion between di and il. Because di introduces the property, but mare, il mare, wants the male article. L'aria della sera è fresca. The air in the evening is fresh. Another example when we must use a derivative preposition. Di plus la becomes della. Il colore dello pneumatico è nero. The color of the tire is black. Again, di plus lo pneumatico dello, because pneumatico is a word that starts with P and N, and therefore wants the article lo. Of course, it is still valid the idea of Italian elision, meaning when there are two vowels clashing together, one goes away and in its place there's an apostrophe. Il colore dell'amore è rosa. The color of love is pink. Amore, it is masculine. Lo amore. Therefore, you will be correct saying il colore dello amore. However, we wouldn't have two vowels clashing together. The vowel of the particle is going to be elided, and in its place, there's an apostrophe. Dell'amore. Il colore dell'acqua è blu. The color of water is blue. Del plus the apostrophe is the same of the previous example. However, it hides a trick. Acqua, it is feminine. It will be di plus la acqua. Della acqua. It is feminine. However, again, we would have two vowels clashing together and it sounds cacophonic. That's why in Italian language you get rid of the A of della and you make an apostrophe. Dell'acqua. Sounds definitely better. Few other tricks. Remember, when you use proper names, it is way more often that you're gonna use only particle di. Lo zio di Mark è arrivato. Mark's uncle has arrived. In this case, we use proper names. They don't want articles. Therefore, only di. But remember, in Italian language, countries want articles. Gli abitanti dell'Italia sono 60 milioni. The inhabitants of Italy are 60 millions. Dell'Italia because la Italia. Also, continents want articles. Gli abitanti dell'Asia sono 4 miliardi. The inhabitants of Asia are 4 billions. Dell'Asia because l'Asia, la Asia. Cities? What about cities? Remember, in Italian language, cities don't want articles. Gli abitanti di Roma sono 3 milioni. The inhabitants of Rome are 3 millions. Ladies and gentlemen, class is dismissed. Remember, if you like the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, spread my videos across the internet, and mostly importantly, remember, speak like a genius. Bye bye.